Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video, and if you're new here, my name is and I'm a professional saxophone player, and in this video I'm going to discuss with you what you can do to avoid having your lips hurting when playing the saxophone. Alright, after that great intro that is by no means indicative of my intro creating skills, by the way, let's kick things off with saying that it definitely is normal that your lip hurts from time to time when playing more saxophone than you're used to. There always is some sort of pressure by the lower teeth on the lower lip, which will always eventually lead to a cut in your lip. So if you were expecting in this video to learn about a way in which you can avoid cutting your lip at all until the end of times, you should definitely watch this video till the end, because we'll be discussing something that can actually do that. Alright. Before I give you a list of things that can help you avoid hurting your lower lip, I feel like I need to add that for most saxophone players, the biggest reason why they experience pain at the lip comes from a wrong embouchure that results in too much vertical pressure, which is basically just a nice way of saying that you're biting too much. So before applying any of the things I'm going to say in this video, I strongly recommend you to question your embouchure and if you're not biting too much, because otherwise these tips might even make the problem worse if you start feeling less pain. Think of it as a bucket full of water, and there's a gap in the bucket where the water runs out of while you're pouring some more in at the same time. I think it might be a good idea to have a look at fixing the gap before thinking of better ways to pour water in. So in 2 words, pause the video, check your embouchure, then come back and watch the rest. Alright, so without further ado, let's start the real talk. How can you prevent your lip from hurting? And I do say prevent because once it is cut, it is going to hurt no matter what you'll do. So here you're really better off anticipating and doing these things before it actually hurts, because otherwise it'll be too late. You would have to take a break from the saxophone until it stops hurting. Okay, so there are multiple ways of preventing your lip from hurting. Generally, we like to put something on top of our lower teeth to have the teeth cut into that material instead of the lip. The catch here is that you want something thin and flexible to keep a maximum of your sensations. I'll give you now 2 materials I have used in the past, which you can put in between your teeth and your lip. The first one is the most popular and the one I've used the most. It's cigarette paper. It has quite some advantages because you can decide by yourself how thick it should be, and you don't need to worry about hygiene because you're going to throw it away at the end of the session anyway. Flexibility also isn't a problem, of course, and in terms of pricing, the least I could say is that it is quite affordable. The one big con about cigarette paper is that it has a tendency to break from time to time, or your saliva attacks the paper and small parts of it detach inside your mouth, which also is pretty annoying. I'll show you now exactly how I fold my cigarette paper at the beginning of a practice session. As you can see, I use these Jubilee papers. I've been using them now for more than a year already, and I really like to play with these because they don't break that quickly, I feel like. So I always take 2 papers, like this. I slide them inside of each other. Then I fix them by putting the ends in my mouth. Then I fold the paper twice. So 1. There you go. And another one. And there you go, the paper is done. So as you can see, it is still quite big, so whenever it starts breaking, I usually tear it apart and use the 2 halves to continue playing, and it works just fine as well. Oh, and here's another pro tip. If you want to take a break in your session, you can simply put your paper on top of your reed, that way the humidity of the paper will transfer to the reed and prevent it from drying out. So before a break, I simply do this. Alright, let's move on to the second thing I have used in the past to prevent my teeth from cutting my lip. But before we do that, remember to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't yet. As of the time of recording, this channel has 7 subscribers, meaning that most of you guys aren't subscribed. I mean, what are you doing? I'm sitting here providing free value content for you and you don't even want to get notified when more comes out? What is this? Some form of self-sabotage? You're preventing yourself from learning more saxophone tricks? Now, please, do yourself and your saxophone a favor and smash that subscribe button, ring the notification bell and destroy that like button while you're down there anyway. Too lazy to scroll down? No problem. You can subscribe by clicking my logo on the bottom right side of the screen as well. Thank you. Great, now that I got that off of my chest, let's continue with the video. The second gadget I use to avoid cutting my lips is a dental protection. Yes, you heard that right. A dental protector like boxes have, but a little smaller of course. Here's the one I used for approximately 1 year. As you can see, I cut it into smaller pieces because the normal size felt too big while playing and had an influence on my sound. This is how the normal size would look like. So these things are actually insane. If you practice with one of these, you will never have a cut in your lip again, like ever. They are pretty expensive when compared to cigarette paper, and even though you can find a bunch of do-it-yourself sets on the internet, I do recommend you go to a dentist and pay the $50 to get a perfect fit like the one I showed you. Theoretically, these things will last you forever. But I want to say that from a hygiene point of view, there's definitely more concerns to have with this option, and of course, it's easy to lose them because they're transparent. Now you probably think I need this thing in my life, but hold up just 1 second. These protections are so good at not having you feel anything that they practically encourage you to bite more and to change your embouchure. They also make you dependent of them because you will not have any endurance anymore in your lip. So if you go to a gig or a rehearsal and forget these at home, you will either have the worst day of your life, or worst case scenario, not even be able to play at all. I'm really not trying to convince you to not get a set of these. I think they're great, but oftentimes people start to play carelessly with these because no matter what they do, they don't feel any pain, and that often leads to worse sound and control over the instrument. Believe me, I have used one for over a year and my sound got much worse because I got lazy. I do believe that if you're aware of all that, they can still work very well. Here's an example of me playing with cigarette paper and with dental protector. Can you recognize which one is which? So the first one was the protector and the second the cigarette paper. What do you think? Did you get it right? Leave your thoughts in the comment section underneath the video. I'd love to see if you hear any difference. From my point of view, I do feel a difference while playing and I feel more comfortable with the paper than with the protector. But it's really minimal. In terms of sound, I don't think there's a major difference between the two. But I do know that if I would play with the protector over long periods of time, things could really change for me. Alright, that's already it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Also, don't forget to let me know your thoughts in the comments, and feel free to let me know there as well if you use any other ways to protect your lip. Anyway, that's it from me. If you want more, check out the other videos I've made, and go check me out on Instagram @JorisRampen. Until next time, peace.